Hello, welcome to our movie class. Today we will speak about the movie Donnie Darko. Let's start from the short explanation of the plot. Gerard, can you please?
Shall I start reading?
We can read. We can do it by our own, if you would like to.
Okay. So the story is about a guy, Donnie Darko, who is a troubled teenager. He has some schizophrenia problem. He wakes up while he is sleeping, goes out from his bed, and after that, a engine's plane falls in his house and would have killed him if he wasn't sleepwalking. So the plot of the movie is about time travel. And the thing is that there is a book that explains the theory of time travel, and it gives us the clues of what's happening, but it's quite difficult to find out everything without watching the movie several times. But we can surmise that there is a tangent universe that starts when the plane's engine falls in the house, and Donnie Darko needs to fix this problem. Otherwise, after 4 weeks, the wall would collapse and would appear a black hole, like the ones Stephen Hawking talk about. So Donnie Darko needs to fix this problem with the help of some guy called Frank and a girl who becomes his girlfriend. And at the end, if he fixes the problem, he will save the world. That's my summary.
Okay. When I watched that, I'm guilty. I was not very attentive. But when I watched that, I got it like, just some novel about how it goes, about children, not children. What's the word for that? Teenagers, about just teenagers' life. So I just skip that part about saving the world, about time traveling, because it's hard to find it in the movie, in my opinion. It looks like almost ordinary, usual school life. I forgot the word for some communication between teenagers and so on. So, Vasans, what is your impressions of the movie?
It's quite difficult to understand, and because you can't say which one is the tangent universe and which one is the parallel universe. So you have to watch many times to understand. So which one is the tangent and which one is the parallel. So it's really hard.
Yeah. And I'm guilty again, but I'm thinking I saw all the things happen in the real universe except the only last scene when the girl find out that engine killed the protagonist. Jürgen, what is your impression about movie?
I like the movie. Sometimes there were music for 3-4 minutes, and you can have time to think, and I enjoyed it.
Okay, good. Okay, so let me switch to the questions. First one by Teacher Lee. Let me copy it. Chat. But not dying on October 2, the first time, did Donnie somehow brings about the impending end of the world on October 30? And I'm not sure that I understand.
I can answer the question.
Please.
The answer is yes. Because Frank woke him and he didn't die, so he could fix the problem. The plane engines is the artifact that give us the clue that this is a tangent universe. This is the artifact, and Donnie is meant to fix the problem.
Let's add some English here. What is artifact? How would you explain that?
Device? Something? No.
Teacher, what is an artifact?
It's an ancient device, or it can be a thing like a sculpture. It can be advanced technology. It can be anything. Usually when we say artifact, it's something you can operate. So some ancient device or alien technology that we discover could be an artifact.
You know, in IT world, we always write the code, and when we compile the code, we have some program in machine codes, and we call that artifact. So we call a code text what we wrote, and the result of compilation we call artifact. But I don't know, is it related to the world?
Nah, code is not artifact. Artifact is a tangible thing. A tangible thing, something you can touch. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Relic is a good synonym. Jorgen's relic. Okay, good synonym. Okay.
So the question is pretty simple, right? Short. Can we add something here? Nothing. Okay.
I'd like to add something.
Okay.
So I agree with Gerard's interpretation of the story. It's either that or the kid's just crazy, you know, and the whole thing was a dream. But because Donnie didn't die on that day, later he kills Frank by shooting Frank in the eye. So because he didn't die, Frank did die. So the world got kind of distorted. So Frank being dead is coming back to the living Donnie, saying, didn't really say it in so many words, but he said something wrong happened, and I'm here to help you fix it. Now, why Frank wasted his time making Donnie do vandalism, you know, burning a home, putting an axe in a statue, I'm not sure I understand what those have to do with the plot. But dead Frank and live Donnie is the opposite of what the world was intended to be in that timeline. So Frank came back to fix the circumstances somehow. Okay.
Sounds, please.
Yes, I like Teacher Lee's assumption, because okay, let's put this in this way. So how do we call it? The Frank was not supposed to die on that day, because Donnie was supposed to die. So something has happened. So Donnie Darko lived, and unfortunately Frank died. So he's trying to their life. So what if my assumption is, what if he wanted to expose his negative characteristics? Because if he is going to die, so the people around him won't feel too much. It might be the reason, I think. So exposing himself as a negative, how to say that, mentally so if he die soon, so his parents will think, okay, he's not in a good mental condition for past few days, so it's good for him. So it would be bad if he leaves. So in that way, I think, so to portray him as a negative character, I think. before he dies.
Gerard, please.
I think Frank is man is the during the film it appears a text with theory of the time. I don't know this book, and the reason this text is very important, and I think it's Frank is the manipulated death. He's the one who guides to a sort of events that eventually will lead him to fix the problem. But some of these events have important repercussions. One of my questions, about what happened. The Frank and Donnie burned the house of this Patrick Swayze, Patrick Swayze character, and they discovered that he was a pedophile. And then what happened? So the things changed because Donnie's mother went with the plane. The house was empty, and they celebrated this Halloween party. And Frank went to the Halloween party. Do you know? Do you follow my thread? So Frank, the real Frank, ran over Gretchen. So all the events are interrelated, and it's the consequence one of another. So all of them have some relevance.
Okay, well, it's hard for me to continue because I see that I don't understand anything in this movie.
Well, because Donnie didn't die, Gretchen died, Frank died, the guy got revealed as a pedophile, so other people's lives were ruined by Donnie's life not being terminated. So I think it's just we're trying to save the greater number of people's lives that got screwed up rather than the one guy that lived. I'm not sure really, but I kind of understand what Gerard is saying.
I mean, all of this is the tangent universe. It's not the principal universe. All this, what happens after the Donnie sleepwalks from his bed, everything that happens until the end when the engine planes fall another time, that's the tangent universe.
Oh, so you're saying he transitioned into another universe?
Yes, it's the tangent universe, and they talk about that in the text about the time travel theory, this book, and it explained. But I cheated a little bit because I found the answers. I review them after the class, and everything is clear. But that's very important. So most of the movie happens occurs during this tangent universe.
Okay, so you're saying he's trying to get back to his universe to set it correct, to set it right.
Yes, and he has, that's the reason why they say the end of the world. If Donnie doesn't fix this problem, a black hole would appear. And but I don't know, maybe not the whole universe, only the solar system, or like black holes. It's like another explanation for black holes. Some space-time disruption.
Okay, so that tornado at the end was the
this
black
vortex.
hole forming or whatever? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
So he slipped into another timeline, and he's trying to get back into his timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Gerard, a short question. Why when you recommended that movie, you said that it's classic? Why it's classic? Why you say it so?
Yeah, it's this sort of movies that are not, they don't sell a lot of tickets, but at the end, because it has something different, and you can't deny that. But you need to watch them several times to understand them. Even in Matrix, the first time I watched Matrix, I didn't understand the meaning of Matrix. Now I watch several times and I understand everything. Mm-hmm. So something similar happens with this sort of movies.
So you mean it's something special, right?
Yeah, something different. Nobody can deny that's quite different.
Okay. Masans, you have a question, comment?
Yes, actually, I have searched many times before about must-watch movies on internet, but most of the people recommended this movie uh, from the science fiction genre. So, but I could not understand even after watching it 2 times. But some people got it somewhere. Anyway.
Okay, but Gerard promised to share with us, a cheat sheet, so you can read
roadmap.
during the process. Roadmap, yes, revealing of all the secrets. Okay, let's talk about the movie itself and Gerard questions. What is your favorite quote or moment from the movie? Jorgen, what is your favorite moment or quote or line?
Yeah. Like that cellar door.
Cellar door. I remember that. I didn't understand that completely, but I remember that moment. Wasans, what about you? What is your favorite moment or line or quote? Nothing.
No, nothing. Nothing comes to my mind.
Okay, Teacher Lee.
I'd like to mention something about the cellar door. It was a clue in two ways. Do you remember how the English teacher introduced the phrase cellar door, what she said about it, why she wrote it on the board?
It's interesting question because she answered it like in many words, like it's a treasure of all the English poems. Am I right?
Well, what she said was it's kind of like witchcraft. She said the sound of cellar door, that sound in the air, was a healing phrase. A healing phrase. In other words, it's like magic. You say someone's sick and you say cellar door. The harmony of those sounds in the air heal that sick person. So it's kind of like a magical phrase that heals, in this case, the universe, okay? So she was kind of giving a hint that cellar door somehow would heal the problem that's existing, which we didn't know what that was yet. It also keyed him to go to some place that had a cellar door, because that's where the events are going to resolve themselves. So it had kind of a double meaning she was trying to convey to him.
Teacher Lee, was that phrase cellar door invented in this movie, or it comes from somewhere?
It's just a movie thing. It has no meaning.
Okay.
No healing abilities. No, just a movie trick.
I just thought maybe it's from some myth, from some common culture, something like that. Cellar door.
But if you've ever seen Dune, have you ever seen the movie Dune?
Yes.
The original Dune, their technology was sound-based. They could actually say a sound, and the sound would actually kill you or break stone. So they had these artifacts, these devices that could amplify their sound, and they could kill by saying certain words. Some words would not kill, but some sounds would kill. So it's kind of based on this cellar door being a healing phrase. Its sound projecting through the air produces a healing effect. In Dune, they fought wars by saying sounds that produced a killing effect. So a similar idea. Okay.
So it was a word in the beginning, right? Okay. Because I did not follow the whole plot in the movie, but I like it, the acting in some sense. I like the scene when the new girl coming into the class for the first time. I like that. I like how English teacher acted. He's very interesting mimic, very interesting gesture. I don't know if it's the word. And I like the way she talked. It's like you can choose the prettiest, the cute, how she say it,
Yeah,
the cute
sitting on
one.
the cutest boy. Yeah, that was kind of bold for a teacher. Today she'd be fired for that.
Yes. It doesn't sound decent, right? And it was like I don't know. Yes, it sounds like a lot of context in that, and how she sits after, and how she looked at that, something from a tangent universe.
Yeah, because she actually made a girl get up and give up her
Right.
seat so she could sit there. So again, they needed to become boyfriend and girlfriend to solve this problem. So somehow the teacher's attitude and personality and that decision that day kind of played into the solution. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Another sense that I like, but I'm not sure that I can explain that, but I like that older teacher, older lady teacher, how she acts on this meeting about what about I can describe it. She was so confident. She was so zealous in her mind, and it was written on her face.
She was a
I don't know.
liberal. Yeah. The meeting was about vandalism. The meeting was about vandalism, the axe in the statue. But she wanted to bring up the evil book. This book is evil. She's teaching it. Maybe think of the Democrats.
Yeah.
But actress acted very well. I can believe that. I can believe that it's a real human who have real feeling, and I can see many such people. Gerard, what is your favorite scene or moment?
I like when Donnie Darko said, if God controls time, then the time is pre-decided. That made me think about, all those monotheist religions that says, okay, God can do anything. So I tell to them, so why does evil exist? The humans, we are not guilty because there is bad people. God is the one because he can do anything and he can control time. So it's like, he wants to have bad people, maybe to be happy, I don't know, to enjoy himself, I don't know. But what's the point?
That brings up an interesting point. For some reason, once Donnie started mentioning God in this future of the universe, the teacher said, stop. I can't talk anymore or I'll lose my job. So I'm not sure why he wasn't allowed to talk about God and predetermination. Maybe somehow they knew that would stop him from doing what he needed to do. I'm not sure, but that kind of surprised me that he had a stopping point and he wouldn't discuss time travel anymore. Maybe to force him to go to Grandma Death and her book. I don't know.
Jorgen, please.
Yeah, I remember that scene when Donnie asked when Jim Cunningham held a meeting and they could ask question, and he said, "You talking is not good."
Nonsense. You're talking nonsense. Or...
Nonsense. Yeah.
You are Antichrist.
Antichrist.
You're talking PC. You fat girl. You need to lose weight.
So, one question, Teacher Lee. This woman so conservative, it's called Kitty Farmer. Which subject is she teaching? I don't understand. It's like religion or what?
The crazy teacher?
Yeah, the crazy conservative teacher.
Was she a teacher or was she like a principal or an assistant principal?
It's like a sort of teacher. I don't know. It looks like a teacher, like a religion or something similar.
I can't remember what her job position was. I kind of thought she was like a social director or some administrative position, but I'm not sure. She might have been a teacher.
But
But
to me,
I like it very much. The scene when they have a blackboard and hate and love affair and love line, and children have to read the text and put the X on the line. It's vividly reminded me my classes, because when you adult enough, when you think, what a trash is that? Why people force me to do such stupid thing? It's reminded me very vividly this feeling. I enjoyed
That's
it.
right. Yeah, and his example, his ex didn't involve love and fear, so he said it's irrelevant. Your example has nothing to do with love and fear, so to put an X here is stupid. It's irrelevant, and she wouldn't accept it. She had a rigid mindset. Put the X, and he said, stick it up your butt.
even when they found out that Steve Cunningham was a pedophile, she didn't admit it. You know, she was trying to defend him, but the proof was evident. It's obvious. Was obvious.
And she tried to send their daughters with him, right? Sure.
Yes.
After the revealing, it's a quite strange point, I would say it. But it's an example of how should you say it? Rigid mindset.
Rigid, yeah.
Rigid. So what is the opposite of rigid? Open-minded or what?
Open-minded.
Okay. And I can remember that in many classes in school we had some teachers with this rigid mindset. They follow the program. They don't care what you're doing, what you're thinking, and what is subject about. They follow the program. And you have to put your X's in your tests, and nobody cares. So it's a very good thing for me. So, did we answer it all the questions? Tisheli, what is your favorite scene, if any? Your favorite scene or moment or something?
Well, I did like when Donnie was telling Cunningham at the big meeting that he was full of crap. I did like that. He says, you're full of crap, you know. You're saying things to make these people feel good, but you're not telling them what the real problem is, what they really need to do. You're trying to make everyone touchy-feely happy. I did like that scene because that's calling BS. That's saying PC is BS, okay? But my question that I have to Gerard especially is we've talked about there's two universes, okay? And when he didn't die, he moved into a different universe, which caused people to die in that universe, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what puzzled me is the engine fell in his universe. The engine fell on October 2. In the other universe, October 30 is when the engine fell off the plane because of the vortex.
Mm-hmm.
So the engine on October 30 fell on him on October 2 in his universe.
You mean the first one? The first one, an engine.
Well, was that first engine was the one that fell in the other universe at the end, right?
Yes. No, I think the first one is the one that provokes the tangent universe, but we don't know what's the reason of that. Maybe what's like, you know, like an accident or something happened in unexpected. But the second one, follow the engine, it was provoked by Donnie with his powers. He provokes this. Follow the engine.
But then you're saying two engines fell in his universe.
Yes.
I don't think that's what happened. I think somehow the timelines crossed and the dates weren't the same.
Mm-hmm.
What happened on October 30 happened on October 2 in his universe. Somehow it punctured or and then somehow the two timelines weren't lined up in time. What happened on October 30 in one universe happened on October 2 in the other universe, and I didn't quite understand that part. Now,
Sounds.
okay.
You have a question?
I think yes, I think we can call it as a time delay. So it happens at the same time, but the time difference makes the difference. So one's happening at October 2, and the second and another universe it's October 30th. I think.
So you're saying that parallel universes don't have to be aligned in time; they can be offset in time. Who knows? I can't say no. Now, I'd like to mention something. It's interesting. In this movie, it looks like two universes kind of crossed, okay, or one went into the other one. In the internet science news, scientists have discovered the coldest place in the universe. I don't know if you've read that news, but scientists have discovered there's one place in space out there that's colder than anywhere else they've ever found. And some scientists theorize that that point is where another universe has poked a hole in our universe. I don't know how they know this, or how they even guess that, but there is a real life situation where scientists have found a cold spot, and they think that's evidence that another parallel universe has punctured through our universe and caused that cold spot. Who knows? I'll show you the article later. I'll try to find it.
Okay.
All right.
So, can we go to our picture this exercise or anything else, Gerard?
No.
No. Expected, because I don't know. Can we cover it? Do we cover it, your questions or not? Because I don't understand
I
them.
think so, yeah. We cover all the questions here.
Okay. Okay, let me try to share. Sometimes it's crash my browser, so be ready.
So at first it seems like a movie about a crazy kid, but then it turns out that it's a complicated time travel paradox.
Right. But for me, it's still a movie about teenagers, you know. So, Donnie Darko and Frank and his sister, right? Can you see
No.
that?
I think it's
Girlfriend.
girlfriend, yeah.
Gretchen.
Okay, Gretchen.
I forget these girls' names, but the English teacher and the girlfriend are actually famous actresses.
Mhm.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot who they were. When I saw their names, I said, "Oh, is that who that was?" Because I didn't know. I didn't realize it. Maybe because they were younger back then.
And Donnie Darko, older sister, is they are actual siblings, the two actors.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start from this famous actress.
Mhm.
Okay.
E.T.
Okay, Vasant, can you start, please?
And this scene, the teacher reading something to the students, and there was a blackboard with the chalk writings on, and she's English teacher, and there was an American flag was hoisted or something. Can we say that the flag was hoisted?
No, we just say it's just on a stand.
Okay.
Flag on a stand.
Okay.
It's not hanging from the wall. It's sitting vertical.
Okay. Then some boom box. And
Usually black people carry the boom box on their shoulder. Boom, ba boom, ba boom.
okay. Then stack of books and teacher's desk, and the students were sitting on a chair along with a table Do we have any special name for that table?
We just call them
Desk.
student desks.
Okay.
Now, I'll mention a cultural difference. In America, every student has a single desk, one student, one little desk. You sit in it. It has a little desk in front, so you just kind of move in and sit. And there's a shelf under the chair that you can put your books. I forget. I think Black Mata told me that they always have a table with 2 students at the desk.
Yes, teacher, we discussed it on some classes. It's in
Russian?
Russia,
Yeah, Russia.
in Ukraine, we have a double-sized desk.
Okay.
It's always, I don't know why.
So that's the difference here. You'll see that every kid in a U.S. classroom has a separate little desk. It's not very big.
Mhm.
Okay.
So anything else? A lot of books on the desk.
Yeah. You can see we have co-educational classrooms, male and female mixed. We call that co-educational. Okay.
Masans?
Yeah, and there was a photograph behind the plaque. I can't say who is it.
Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, maybe.
I can remember some title in this movie about school, some mid-sex or something like this. Can you remember what is it? What's about it?
That's just the name. That's the name of the town.
Ah, okay.
The town's called Middlesex. It's just a funny name.
I was thinking it's like it was what you write co-educational. I was thinking it's about that.
Yeah.
So mixed genders means mixed genders. Are schools with single gender still exist in somewhere in America?
Not many.
I can't imagine that. It's very strange.
Sometimes you'll hear someone say a co-ed. When we use co-ed as a noun, usually it means a girl, a female.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's the other gender that makes it co-educational. When the women were brought in, it became co-educational. So a co-ed sometimes means a girl and a female student.
Mm-hmm. And I can remember that in this scene, when an English teacher read it, she was rude somehow. Children asked a question, and she was, strict with them. She was strict. She was rude with them. If you read that, you will not never ask such a stupid question. Something like that, which kind of strange for my ears.
Yeah, today you couldn't do that. Public humiliation.
Wow.
Shaming.
Jürgen, please, another picture.
Yeah. Donnie hold a wooden pencil with a razor in his right hand, and he has a white t-shirt and a long-sleeved shirt, and yeah.
I have one question for Gerard here. Behind Donnie's that Chinese girl.
Yes.
And the whole movie, everyone is bullying her, making fun of her. And near the end, she and he are in the hallway, and he walks up to her and says something nice to her, tries to be kind to her. And he takes off her headset or her earmuffs and says something nice to her, something, and she's shocked and she runs away in fear. I didn't understand what was happening there.
I think she was in love with Donnie because, a book fall down on the ground and says Donnie Darko. And I think he put these headphones like to conceal that she actually was listening.
Okay. She was just a strange character.
I got the same expression that she always, how it's ear dropping Is it a word?
Eavesdropping.
Yes, that she tries to listen to everything.
What I thought was I thought it was a recording or something, a tape of the meeting with the doctor, the psychiatrist of Donnie Darko. So because later he put the headphones on and listened to something. So I thought, okay, it might be the conversation between him and Donnie Darko and the psychiatrist. So his girl was frightened and ran away from him.
That should be confidential. We're never allowed to release patient-doctor conversations. That's always confidential, and you cannot share that with anyone. So that doesn't make sense, but I don't know.
Because I could see the name of Donnie Darko on the book. So initially I thought it was a book, and later the thought make me think about, okay, what if it was an audio recording or something?
And speaking about these desks again, I can see that desk very small, really, because that two-sided desk what we have in Russian schools, they are huge compared to that.
Yeah, this was just enough to open a book. Yeah, very small.
In Russian tradition, we don't have this shelf under the table, so we put all the things on the table. So we need a lot of space.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And in that case, teacher can better be in control what's happening because everything is open.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else here? Not too much, right? Another one. Gerard, please.
This is the name of this woman. Is a nun who wrote the book about time travel, and he said some things to Donnie, like everyone dies alone. That affected him a lot. She lives in an old house. Here you cannot see this post box. He always every day goes to her post box to watch whether there is some mail. It's like she was waiting some mail.
Maybe it's about time lapse again. She's waiting mail from herself or something.
Yeah, Roberta Sparrow. Sparrow is the most common birth. Sparrow.
Gerard, a question. So she's waiting for this letter. So finally, Donnie writes a letter and sends it to her. But it never said what was in the letter, right?
Yes, you are right.
So I'm not sure what the purpose of waiting for the letter is, other than maybe that's symbolic of Donnie realizing the truth.
Yes, and she had an important role inside this tangent universe. Okay, the stone wall. These sort of walls are common also in Spain, with mortar and stones put together. Wooden picket fence. We can see some stairs with a railway made by wood. A wind chime. She has a long gray hair. And okay, this climbing, do you mean these plants? How do you call them? You are silence.
We call them climbing vines.
Climbing vines, okay.
Or hanging plants. Sometimes we'll hang a pot up in the air and the plant will grow long and hang down. So it's either a hanging plant or we have vines that climb up as they grow. So some kind of a vine or hanging plant, yeah.
So one question, Teacher Lee, is, are your houses made, most of them, by wood? Individual houses?
Yes. Our homes are almost all wood.
Are they cheap or cheaper?
I guess they're cheaper, yeah.
Here in Spain, we wouldn't like that. Because, we think that wood is not something permanent, but a house made by concrete and bricks looks more permanent, something that will last more.
We do have concrete block houses, but I think most of our homes are wooden frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think it's about tradition and climate. In Russia, we like that stones were 1 meter long in our walls. Vasans, do you have a question, comment?
Yes, this picture give me another thought. What if we are thinking that this incident happens twice, right? But what if it has been happening for a very long time? Frank was trying to alert Donnie Darko about the parallel universe to do this, and later somehow he found Roberta Sparrow. He used her as an equipment to write a book about it, and alert, and using that book to alert Donnie Darko. It's just a thought, because this ideas came from the Interstellar movie, so I thought it might be.
So you're saying it's a time loop?
Oh yes, yes.
Over and over, and they're trying to stop the loop, so they try different things to pass the message across.
Yes.
That's an interesting idea.
Speaking about wooden picket fence, so picket it's adjective, right? Picket.
Yes.
What is the noun for according to that?
I guess picket. Nouns can be adjectives. Car door, car engine, car tire. So
I see.
a picket is that kind of fence where you have vertical sticks. Those are pickets, I guess. So we call this a picket fence.
I see. Good. Wine chime, it's a bell, right? Bell which rings in the wind.
The wind.
Wind. Okay. So next one. I think we finished. Okay, it's Frank. Okay, let me describe this. So it's Frank, the giant rabbit from this hallucinations. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Hallucinations.
Mm-hmm. From the hallucinations, but somehow it's a real man at the same time, like in the Tangent universe.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I miss all the line about Frank. I initially I think it's just imagination, but then I was surprised by this scene when they shoot Frank.
He's real.
He's real, yes.
Kind of.
So
do you remember when it's revealed, he pulls off his suit? He said to Donnie, I'm sorry because I'm going to run over your girlfriend.
Yeah, that was strange. Yeah.
So window lattice. It's planks between windows, between mirror.
Right, the framework.
Mm-hmm.
Lattice
it's a wood
framework. Yeah.
Lattice. Mm-hmm. Window panes. So that's all. And scary mask of rabbit. I think that rabbit must be much more friendly. Not like that. So anything else? Nothing.
Not this one.
Okay, good one. Vasans, please, it's for you.
This scene just after Donnie Darko puts the axe on the statue, and the police are investigating, and there was a janitor I don't know what is his job.
Cleaning.
Okay,
He
cleaning
cleans
and
the school.
okay, and that's a double doors,
Yeah.
and a bronze statue, and a paper trash, is known as litter, right? Okay,
Litter.
okay, and I think that's it.
So am I right that janitor also not only cleaning but some small works in the school, something like change the bulb or something like that?
Yeah, kind of a handyman. Small
Handyman.
repairs, but usually they do cleaning work mostly.
Is it usually one man or a department of them?
Depends on how big the school is. It could be several people. Usually it's black women, and they do the mopping and the sweeping and the dusting. And maybe the man might do, as you said, small maintenance.
I think
all the please, George.
The man on the right side, the bald man, I think it's what, the principal or the director?
Yeah, he's the schoolmaster of some kind.
Schoolmaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we call him Dean or something like this?
Dean.
Or it's for university, right?
Dean is in a college. For school, we usually say principal.
Okay, Dean. So what's that, a college or because you know Donnie's younger sister is I think it's too young to be in a college.
I think it was a high school probably.
High school. So high school starts at 12 years old. What's the age?
Well, first grade is 6. High school starts at grade 10. Grade 10. So grades 10 to 12 are high school. So 6 plus 10. So they're about 16 years old in 10th grade. So in the last year of school, they're usually 18.
Almost the same here. So why we like to make statue of bronze? Why?
Probably weatherproof.
It has a few funny features. First of all, it's because of oxygen. It became to be green somehow, bronze, and you need to clear that from time to time. And we have a lot of bronze statue, bronze monument in Russia also. And I understand it's because it's very convenient metal for sculptors. It's melting fast, not high temperature. It's cheap, so it's good for sculptors. But there is a funny feature. If you rubber a piece of bronze statue with a cloth, yes, it will shine. It will shine very vividly, very distinctly on the behind the other sculpture. It will be huge contrast between the pieces. And we like always the joke when we were students. We always polish the head, the bald head of some monuments, and it looks like a rusty green monument with a shining bald head. It was a local joke.
Right. If you know corrosion, where metals corrode in water, iron, when iron rusts, the iron is destroyed. Certain metals are called noble metals, like gold, silver, and bronze and brass. Those metals do not corrode. They don't destroy. They tarnish. What tarnish means is they get something on the outside that makes them not shiny. So you can polish the tarnish off and they'll be shiny and new again. So gold is valued for this. Gold is never destroyed. it just gets tarnished, and you shine it, and it's brand new again. So bronze is similar in that way.
Very interesting. What sounds?
Yeah. Yes. Before using such a expensive metals, we need to consider the birds, because in India, lot of freedom fighters are suffering due to that birds poop on the statue. Yes, we need to build something, some roof around the statue. Yes.
We have many funny jokes about these monuments. You know, sometimes we put some clothes on them, and it's always something jokey, hats and special uniform, soldier uniform, and something like that. I don't know where it comes from, but it's always happen. And once or few times per year, our municipal services abolish all the monuments because of these birds. So it's a special, and it's a hard job because some of them are huge. You have to need a special crane or something like this.
Our Statue of Liberty is made of copper. So it turns green when it tarnishes. So one year we spent millions of dollars to polish the Statue of Liberty so it wouldn't be green. But it just starts over again. The process repeats. So to me, kind of a waste of money, but
it's a honor.
yeah.
Yes. You should be grateful with French people.
Jorgen, please, next picture.
Yeah, he's in a restroom taking a leak, and you can see a mirror, sink with a water faucet, a hot water handle, cold water handle, drain pipe, urinal, flush lever. Yeah.
In America, I think a Chinese person told me something, they were surprised. In America, we always have a hot water handle and a cold water handle.
Yes.
We always have hot and cold water at any sink. So I think China told me they usually just have a cold water faucet at most restrooms.
In Spain, in Spain, our sinks only have one handle, but due to on the right side is cold and the left is hot.
Yeah, we have that also. Okay.
It's very untypical design for us too. When hot and cold water hands so far away from each other, we have it together. And interesting fact about United Kingdom, you know, they have two taps always, hot and not only handle, but that faucets, so outlets.
Really?
It's always two, one for hot and one for cold. It's never they have they have a law that the hot water can never mix up with a conduit with the cold water because it's clear or something else, something like that. So you have to plug your sink and then how to say it, put the both water and then wash something and unplug it again. So it's very, you have to be used to that.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Okay, and last one. Gerard, please, what is that?
This is a laboratory, a science laboratory, and this is the science teacher. And Donnie is asking about time travel. We can see many devices like a telescope, a table lamp, the background, a satchel. I think it's like a sort of bag to put things. A slinky toy like a plastic. I don't. Okay, yeah. That was a trendy.
It's just like a plastic spring.
I remember.
It's a good toy on the ladder, like when you put it on the yes.
It'll go down the steps.
Mhm.
You know,
Step- step.
in 1998, I was almost this age, like Donnie. I was 17 or 18, 17, like the same age. That's curious. The student desk, we see the same student desks, a small chairs with a small place to put your book or your notebook.
A desktop, yeah.
Desktop.
I think that ball might be the Tesla voltage ball, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say.
Strange planks on the top of the desk.
Yeah, I don't know what that stuff is.
Looks like some railings for something, maybe to move something, not like that.
Yeah,
This room is very dark. It looks like a Blade Runner room.
I know why.
I don't know why.
Because
Maybe,
it's intimate moment. They should acknowledge. Like this. Okay, so let me stop this because our time is almost over.
Mm-hmm.
So, a good movie, and finally, I still don't understand many of that, but Gerard promised us to share the cheat sheet. Cheat sheet. Okay. So, any last questions about the movie, about something, vocabulary? We have some vocabulary on our Padlet. Overbearing, hapless, blackmail, forensic, embezzle. So what is forensic?
Yes, forensic is a department which investigates the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of science for detectives, as I got it.
Crime,
when you-
yeah.
Mhm. Sounds like it.
Forensic means crime related. Okay.
Okay. So thank you for coming. Let's choose another movie in our chat. The next one, please, something more simple. You know, I'm a rusty guy. Cannot follow all that. And thank you very much. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
Thank you.
Bye all.